Your father changed his own oil. You have probably changed your own oil. It is one of the most basic maintenance tasks in automotive history. Drain the old oil, replace the filter, refill with fresh oil. Done. 15 minutes, $20 in materials, and the satisfaction of knowing exactly what went into your engine. That era is ending, and the manufacturers engineering it out of reach are not doing it for your benefit. In this video, we are going to explain exactly what has changed, which vehicles are already affected, what the real motivations behind these changes are, and what your options actually are in 2026 if you want to maintain your vehicle yourself. The first thing that changed, and this one catches most drivers by surprise, is the disappearance of the oil dipstick. For most of automotive history, checking your oil level required opening the hood, pulling a metal dipstick, wiping it clean, reinserting it, pulling it again, and reading the oil level against the min and max markers. Simple, tactile, immediate. BMW started removing dipsticks from their vehicles in the early 2000s. Since then, the trend has accelerated. In 2026, a growing list of modern vehicles, including Range Rover models, select BMW engines, certain Audi platforms, and others, have no physical dipstick at all. The oil level is displayed on the instrument cluster or infotainment screen through an electronic sensor. Automotive News confirmed this trend directly. Automakers are replacing the physical dipstick with sensors, citing more accurate readings and sealed engine designs that reduce leak points. But here is what they do not tell you. Peter Nelson of The Drive documented his experience with a 2021 Toyota GR Supra's sensorless oil check system and found the readings were inconsistent. The system showed more oil than he had actually added. Jalopnik reported in May 2025 that consumers are experiencing inaccurate sensor readings, with systems suggesting they add oil and drivers ending up overfilling. A physical dipstick gives you an immediate, mechanical, verifiable reading. An electronic sensor gives you a number that requires the car to be level, warmed up to operating temperature, and the engine to be off for a specific period before the reading is reliable. The tactile certainty of the dipstick has been replaced with a digital approximation that malfunctions in cold weather, gives inconsistent readings after an oil top-off, and cannot be verified independently. The second thing that changed is the oil itself. Modern vehicles increasingly specify ultra-thin synthetic oils, 0W, 20, 0W, 16, and in some applications 0W8. These oils are specified for a real reason: they reduce internal engine friction, improve fuel economy, and lower emissions, all of which help manufacturers meet CAFE and EPA targets. But they also create a problem for DIY oil changes. The wrong viscosity oil in a modern engine, even by one grade, can affect the variable valve timing system's hydraulic actuators, the oil pressure that governs active cylinder management, and the tolerances engineered for a specific oil film thickness. AutoGuide's research in July 2026 confirmed that mechanics surveyed explicitly advised against going off-spec on oil viscosity in modern engines. The specification is not a suggestion. And buying the correct OEM-specified oil, particularly for European vehicles that require specific ACA certifications, is significantly more expensive than the generic oil available at most retail stores. A single quart of Mercedes-Benz 229.5 specification synthetic oil costs approximately $12 to $18. That a full oil change on a Mercedes engine requires 6 to 8 quarts. You are looking at $72 to $144 in oil alone before the filter. The third and most significant change is the oil life monitoring system and its reset requirement. Every modern vehicle has an oil life monitoring system, a computer that calculates remaining oil life based on engine revolutions, load, temperature cycles, and mileage. When the oil life reaches zero or a preset threshold, a warning light illuminates telling you to change the oil. After the oil change, that monitoring system must be reset, told that fresh oil is in the engine so it can begin calculating from 100% again. On most vehicles through the 2010s, resetting this system was simple: a specific combination of ignition key turns and accelerator pedal presses documented in the owner's manual. On a growing list of modern vehicles in 2026, that is no longer the case. News.ycombinator.com documented this issue extensively, quoting mechanics and independent shop owners who confirmed that on certain modern vehicles, The Oil Life Monitor Reset requires access-restricted factory diagnostic software that independent shops and DIY owners cannot access without reverse-engineered tools or a dealer visit. AutoZone's own oil change light reset guide acknowledged in March 2026 that on some vehicles, the reset cannot be completed without a dealer-level diagnostic tool. What this means in practice is that you can perform a perfect oil change, correct oil specification, correct filter, correct quantity, and still have your dashboard telling you that an oil change is required, because the reset cannot be completed without dealer equipment. The fourth change is the warranty leverage. The Magnuson Warranty Act makes it illegal for a manufacturer to void your warranty simply because you perform your own maintenance, and Jalopnik confirmed this in November 2025. However, the same Jalopnik report noted that dealers cannot upsell you an air filter, a cabin filter, a tire rotation, or a fuel system flush if you are doing your own oil change. The financial incentive for dealers to complicate DIY maintenance is significant and well documented, and the complication does not have to be illegal to be effective. If resetting the oil monitor requires a dealer visit, if the oil specification is expensive and difficult to source correctly, and if the dipstick has been removed so you cannot verify the oil level without starting the car and going through a digital check process, each of these individually is manageable. Together, they create a friction against DIY maintenance that nudges the majority of drivers toward dealer service visits without ever technically banning anything. The fifth factor is the sealed transmission, and this one affects the broader DIY maintenance picture. SlashGear reported in January 2026 that modern transmissions with continuously variable designs, multi-speed automatics, and dual-clutch systems now commonly ship as sealed units with no dipstick and fluid marketed as lifetime fill. The dealer justification is that these transmissions require specific fluid mixtures calibrated to individual design tolerances, and that a DIYer adding the wrong fluid could cause immediate damage. The reality is that no transmission fluid is truly lifetime fill, and the removal of access points for fluid checking and changing forces owners into dealer service networks for what was previously a routine maintenance item. So what are your actual options in 2026? The vehicles that have been most aggressively sealed against DIY maintenance are primarily European luxury brands: BMW, Mercedes-Benz, Range Rover, Audi, and certain higher trim models from domestic manufacturers. Mainstream vehicles from Toyota, Honda, and most American truck platforms retain physical dipsticks, accessible oil filters, and oil monitor reset procedures that do not require dealer software. The practical answer for drivers who want to maintain their own vehicles is to factor serviceability into the purchase decision before buying. A vehicle that requires a dealer scan tool to reset the oil monitor after a DIY change is a vehicle that will cost you dealer labor for every oil change for the rest of your ownership. The Magnuson Act protects your right to maintain your own vehicle, but the direction of automotive engineering in 2026 is clearly towards sealed systems, electronic verification requirements, and proprietary software access that makes exercising that right progressively more difficult and progressively more expensive to work around. If this video gave you a clearer picture of what you are dealing with before your next oil change or your next vehicle purchase, hit like and subscribe. Real information, no filter. See you in the next one.